I could really use your help. You remember the old Amherst place? Nice little place a bit out of town. Well, old Wallace Amherst passed away, and his nephew, Matthew Barton, contracted with me to get the place ready to sell. Well, let me tell you, that hasn't been going great. We had 3 crews go in to fix the place up, and all 3 have quit on me. And now I'm having a hard time getting anyone to go in. I have a safety inspector going in to give it the once over, but I don't want him going alone. His name is Jefferson Montgomery. His equipment is already on site, and he'll meet you there. Also, well, I'd like you to take a look around too. The contractors are nervous, and now there are rumors about the place. And you know how rumors can affect the property value. Do what you do, and let me know. One last thing, the road to the ranch really isn't a road. The bridge is shot, and until I get a team in there to fix it, you'll need to go around. I'll have an SUV available for you that can make the trip. It'll be stocked with food, drinks, and blankets. Jefferson figures it will take a couple of days to do everything. If you need anything else, let me know. The email was signed by Amanda River. She's a real estate agent you know at Valley Properties. It has her phone number on it. I think Maya reached out to her to
Hmm.
get some information and texted her. And she was very vague in her response to the text. She didn't want to send anything back in writing, but she did give you a call.
She
And
did.
and on the phone call, she was telling you like, yeah, I've had 3 crews go in here, and there's been a problem with every one of them. The first one went in and they were in the barn and the floor collapsed in the barn and one of them hurt his legs really bad and he couldn't. They pulled out. The second one went in there and a dog came on there and attacked him and they left. And then the third one came in there and it was their team came in and they were working with some power tools. I'm not sure. They I don't know how it works, but they were working with something and there was a electrical short or a surge or something and he got burned really bad and he pulled out. And now I'm trying to reach out to the contractors, and they're all saying, "No, I don't want to go there. There's something off about that place." And Maya, you know some things, and I think it's nothing. I think it's just bad luck, and that's what Jefferson's going to prove. But I'd like you there just to give it a look over, because maybe there's something going on. Maybe there's somebody trying to sabotage this. Maybe someone doesn't want me to sell it.
But after that, she was just like, "So you just want me to make sure that if he sees anything, he doesn't."
Yeah, and she kind of her response is, you do what you need to do to make this go away, and I'll pay you what's worth.
Mhm.
So, So as far as what you know about the old Amherst place, it's not a whole lot.
Is this something that I would know as someone who is newer to town, or this is something that the locals would know?
I think it'd be easy for you to tell because she sends you a package of information about the place. It's about an hour's drive out of Oasis Valley. It's an old horse ranch. It's been sitting empty since the previous owner mysteriously, well, not mysteriously, this previous owner had died in his sleep. The ranch is easily over 100 years old, and it's always been in the Amherst family since the very beginning.
Mhm.
Uh, After Wallace Amherst's death, the ranch was turned over to his nephew, uh, and his nephew's been trying to sell the place ever since. Okay. Uh, his real estate agent's been trying to bring somebody in there to do it, not doing a great job. She's been having lots of trouble with it.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's pretty much what you know about the place. Just casual information. It's easy to pick up from the paperwork you've got. You got some information about the crews and what happened to them.
So I definitely she doesn't go anywhere without her handgun. So she does have that holstered inside her jacket, and so she'll have on like her boots that are just above like combat boots. Like they're very cute and stylish, but they're also steel-toed. Um, she has on let's say above leggings but below slacks as far as pants, and her leather jacket. And so she'll get all set up for going out. She's got her backpack on, which has like her lights and stuff in it. Um, and so she gets everything all packed in um to her backpack for. preparing to stay over. Obviously, she has like cute little toiletries and stuff like that, but she makes sure that she like packs all of the essential stuff that she thinks she may need if the place actually is haunted, and then she packs cute stuff on top of that.
Okay. And Duncan, what about you? What would you do to get ready for this job?
Um, hmm. I would be skeptical, so I don't think I would bring like my bow, but we're going out in the valley. I might leave it in like our vehicle, but I still have my hunting knife. Because there are, coyotes or what have you, it's always good to have something on you. I think I'd be coming, and I think this is kind of why I'm a skeptical as my character, was because I took that coin and I started this urban legend. I think in the back of my mind is like, oh, that's what started all these things. So I'm coming into this like, there's nothing going on here. We're gonna go there. We're gonna put some cameras around. We're gonna surveil the area. It's just gonna be some local kids or something. But I would, have my just like overnight gear, anything more for protecting myself from for wildlife than anything I would think would be there.
Okay. And then Roy, what about you? How are you preparing for this?
So it probably would have started with a phone call from the boss saying, "Hey, we're going to the old Amherst place." A back and forth of, "Hey, how bad do you think this is going to be? What do you think?" Or scale of 1 to 10, what do you need me to bring? He probably says something like a 6 or a 5. So I get the 22, the nightstick, and disregard the boss and bump it up to an 8 or a 9 and grab the grenade. Grab the rest of my regular camping supplies that I have. Kevlar vest on underneath my regular outfit. There's no need for the suit, the whole bodyguard routine. We're not going to a fancy event. We're going to a rundown ranch. So it's probably just like old blue jeans, a button-up like green shirt, and like an old Carhartt jacket with a few holes in it.
I have a feeling you have like it's like your lucky grenade. Like you carry it around with you. Like I have to carry my lucky grenade with me.
I'm toying with a bit of a backstory where that might make some sense.
It's the one time you didn't bring is when you needed it.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like his coin, that like his token having like the pin from a dud grenade being fused to the edge of it, and that's how you know it's his.
Oh god, what if I like tack welded it to the like actual edge and I wear it like the necklace base now?
Ah,
Oh,
cool.
that's fun.
Maybe. I will have to ruminate on that.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
cool. And
I
Tyrell, how about
tack-
you?
So he's gonna probably regret this after seeing everyone else, but he's gonna be in a very comfy Adidas tracksuit type outfit, and he's not sure what he's going to expect, but he's hoping nothing too out of hand happens. So he's gonna also carry around a walking staff that can also make as a like regular bow staff if need be, and preparing for the worst, praying for the best. He'll keep a 9mm on hand.
You do know that there were some wild dogs in the area, and they have at least attacked one of the workers there.
Yeah, so like he's not gonna get caught lacking, so to speak.
So what's your plan for getting there? Amanda has arranged for you to have an SUV that you can take there. Do you want to get there like early in the morning, at noon, later at night? What's your goal? When do you want to try and get there?
Well,
I
she said,
say go ahead.
go ahead. Nope, you first.
I was gonna say maybe middle of the day, get there a little later, set up a place to spend the night, and then just have a whole first day to just go over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it would make sense that we would want to go set up during the daytime. Like light would be key.
Yeah.
And
Now,
also the contractors were having the issues during the daytime too. So like even if we don't get the chance to do a full setup, we might be able to see like if something was miswired or run through all of that basic stuff.
So, are we going to stay in the ranch? I have some camping stuff. I can camp, a few hundred yards away from this place. I don't know about y'all.
No, Amanda tells you there's the ranch house it's still good at ranch house. It just needs some work done on it. So there's rooms there. There's the whole upstairs hasn't been used for the last year, not since Wallace's wife Martha passed away. But the room upstairs is empty. That's why I have blankets and I have sheets and pillows for you. You can just stay up there. Just think of it like going on like to a timeshare. You're gonna go there. There's no power on the place because we turned it off after the accident. So the food's gonna be in the cooler.
All right, I guess we're staying in the house then.
Yeah. I mean,
I was like,
if you want to
totally...
sleep outside, you're more than welcome to, but there's a bed.
They're just rumors. Roy ain't worried.
Now, I know that there was talk of cameras. Is that something somebody actually like took as a part of their character build?
I did. I do have cameras designed to be concealed and usable at distance.
Okay, so are we all sleeping in the same room and setting up the other rooms with cameras, or are we sleeping in separate rooms and like each of us is gonna have a camera on / around us?
I would personally suggest we stay within eye shot of each other, but like maybe kind of like
do like we're already built.
Yeah.
That way, maybe like Team A does. I don't want to say like an actual like watch. Nobody would really do that.
Yeah. Well, like I'm
maybe,
sure that
maybe Roy's up late and Knox is up early or something. By like an hour or two to keep an eye on things, or something like that on either side.
Safe to say you're having this conversation on the ride out there.
Yes.
Probably.
It's a kind of beat up old black SUV that Amanda got for you. It's in good shape. Engine runs smoothly. Who's driving? Who's your driver?
I'll drive.
I expected Roy to say I would be driving. So the road to the Amherst.
I park cars for a living. This is second nature.
Yeah. So the road to Amherst Ranch it's really beat up. And as you're going along, you come to this wooden bridge that's crossing a dry gulch, and the bridge is blocked off. There's a barricade on it, and there's a hand-painted sign, spray painted on there that says "Do not use." And even without the sign, you can look at that bridge and you can see there's boards that are rotten and falling apart. This is not a bridge you're going to use. Fortunately for you, there's a weather trail that's leading down to the bottom of the gulch. And when you get to the bottom, you discover that the gulch isn't quite as dry as you first thought it was going to be. There's a narrow stream running along the bottom. It's only a few feet wide, maybe a foot deep, just enough to get some water out there. The trail that you're on cuts through the water and eventually goes up the other side of the gulch. And the detour takes about 10 minutes out of your way. You're fairly positive that if you didn't have the four-wheel drive with you, there'd be no way you'd be able to make it up and down that slope. It's just way too crazy. The gulch is considered the official border of the Amherst lands. The road actually seems a little better once you get on the other side of it. Okay, the ruts aren't as deep, the bumps aren't as large. You see a pickup truck sitting on the front of a small cabin on the right side of the road. There's a man watching you from one of the windows. As you start passing by and he notices you watching him back, he pulls the curtains close, and goes back in. You drive for about another mile past that location before you see the ranch house itself. There's fields on either side that are fenced off. There's a chain link gate that stands between the barn and what appears to be a stable off to the left side. On the right is a couple of smaller buildings that look like they might be sheds of some sort. Behind them is the old family cemetery, and it's got one of the classic black wrought iron fence around it. Goes around there, and you can see the tombstones out there. Some of them look incredibly ancient, and there's a few that look relatively new. The road comes to an end in front of a two-story sprawling house with a covered porch that wraps around the front and the left side of the house. On the right-hand side of the house is a covered walkway that leads out to a 3-car garage. The garage doors are all currently closed. As you're pulling in, you can see there are storm clouds out in the distance. There's a little bit of flashing of lightning going on there. You hear what could be thunder. It's really faded and faint. It sounds like it's off in the distance. The house itself is dark. The electricity is still off from the accidents that happened. But welcome to Amherst Ranch. It is probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You have plenty of time to get out there and search around and look and explore.
Now, you said the electricity is off, but like, is the house lit with natural light, or is it dark on the inside?
It is lit with natural light, but you see there's no lights on, no porch light on, anything like that going on for you. And when I say the power is off, this is someone went to the circuit breaker and pulled the master switch, not that there's no power going to the building. So it's possible to reinstate power.
With the last person doing that getting burned, I'm not 100% on that. I'm not going to tell nobody no.
So the information
But
you have
get
about
burned.
the worker who was there is that they were working with power tools, and the power tool shorted out, and there was a power surge, and he got burned with it.
That would sound more like a failure on the tools part than power, actually, then.
Yeah.
Right.
Regardless, I was going to say, if we're going to start poking around, I think the first place would be where any of these incidents happened. So, what are they saying about the floor falling out in the barn?
Yeah,
You
so
check that out.
yeah, where are you going to park the garage or park the car? Are you going to park it next to the garage? You going to leave it in front of the house?
Probably just in front of the house for now to make it easier to unload anything we've brought with us.
Okay.
After that, I may check the garage later if there's space, pull it inside just in case.
And you're just
maybe like a door.
and you're just parking the garage. You're parking, and then you're going to go over to the barn right away.
Do y'all want to unload our stuff first, or do you want to take a little investigation?
Yeah, let's see what we're working with first, and then we can unload and put everything where it needs to go.
Yeah, I think a once around the building might do.
Okay.
Just see what we're dealing with here.
Okay. So kind of going clockwise from the house. You have the house directly in front of you. To the right of it is a couple of sheds. A little bit behind that is the cemetery. Circling around to what would be 6 o'clock for you guys. Right behind you would be the road leading back out to the bridge. And then going back around, you have the barn, and kind of recessed back a little bit between the barn and the house is the stable. So sound like the barn might be the thing that was of interest to you right now?
Yeah. I'll check out the barn if you want to check out somewhere else first.
Well, Shook, I don't think we should be splitting up on the very not haunted man's land. I'm sure it's fine, but I'd
Well,
rather...
it's not necessarily splitting up if we're still in eyesight.
Yeah, you'd still be in hindsight. You'd
Have one group look at the stable, one at the barn.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's looking at the barn? Who's looking at the stable?
Is the house within that eye line too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, once you go into a building, you're going to be out of eyesight. But if you're standing at the entranceway to it, looking inside, you'd be okay.
Okay. Then she'll peek into the house.
Okay. Okay, so we got Tyrell looking over, going to the barn. We have Maya going into the house, checking the front door. And what about Roy? You're going to...
I was gonna go to the stable, but I might check out the barn with Tyrell.
Okay, and Duncan, what do you want to do?
As much as I want to go with Mr. Teller, I'm more interested in getting that power on, so heading towards the house to see if I can see where the breaker is, whether it's downstairs or outside.
Okay.
I'm such a good bodyguard. Get here and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go with my high school buddy. Come on, Tyrell, let's go look at the barn.
I'm so glad that everyone with combat power went that way, and everyone who can talk their way out of a situation went that way, and we didn't mix the party at all. That's fine.
It just means that we're gossiping right now.
Yes,
Right.
I like that idea.
Ugh.
They're making fun of my
Th-
old jacket. I know it.
They're gonna come back. One of them's gonna have a black eye. I know it.
Ugh.
Suge, I'd be surprised if both of them came back with all their limbs the way that they were trying to wrestle in the car.
Dude, Roy was definitely just like pulling the mom, like, I will hit you back there. I will find you.
He just
Watch the road.
I don't think it's that competitive. Something tells me after high school it got less violent and just more competitive.
You just have that
I
one
feel-
time of the year where you guys kind of rekindle that.
Oh yeah.
I feel like both of you think that, and we both vehemently disagree.
Yeah. Come on, we're just kidding. It's just we're roughhousing.
Tyrell notices that he's following him and he's walking just slightly faster.
Dude, that's actually probably true. Roy is not doing very well in speed, and with my armor on, no.
When you guys get to the barn, the door over there it is easy to open. It makes a loud creaking noise as you pull it open, and inside you see this ancient red tractor. It's got to be older than you guys. It's parked way in the back of the barn. The barn still smells like straw, even though you don't see any sitting around there. A few feet behind the tractor, there's a big hole in the floor, maybe 6 foot across. The wood around the edge is jagged, and you can see the wood is dark around most of the area, but you can see that wood is freshly broken. It's jagged and pointy. It almost looks like something smashed its way through it. But whatever caused the damage, there's no sign of that right now.
He's gonna Tyrell's gonna take his flashlight and just kind of shine down to see how deep of a drop this is.
So you're going into the barn. I just want to clarify. You are going into the barn.
I'm gonna stop
I
him before
I
he
do
gets
have-
close to the edge. Like,
I do have the barn door is wide open, so you can still see me, but I'm also curious.
Okay. And Roy, you're going in with him?
I'm probably hovering near the door. I'm probably like a foot or two inside, but I'm just like, Bud, be careful near that edge. We don't know if the rest of this floor is ready to give out either.
Okay.
Trust me, I ain't getting too close. I was trying to see what we're working with.
All right. And Amaya and Duncan, as they're going over, you see them open the barn door, and Tyrell pulls out his flashlight and starts to walk in. It is Roy is standing next to it. You get up on the porch, and it's a nice covered porch. There's some columns here. There's rocking chairs on it. There is a lock on the door, but Amanda gave you the key to open it up. It just has one of those little combination things on it. You work the combination, you pop it, the key's inside. You can put the key, unlock the door, and then slap the key back into the combination box. Inside, you see this large open space. There's a stairway going up to the second level. There are halls branching off to either side. It's cluttered with boxes. There's cardboard boxes all over the place. It looks like at some point one of the crews started packing up the personal belongings of the people who lived here, getting them ready to be taken away. But they're just sitting in the area, the entranceway right now. There's about 20 boxes that are just like the flat, disassembled boxes just laying off to the side, being ready to use. You see packing tape, utility knives, all the stuff you need to go along with it. Okay, but next to all those cardboard boxes, you see 2 large plastic containers, and they are locked. You can see they have like the bicycle type lock on top, suitcase type lock on them. We have to put the codes into them. Okay. From the doorway, you can just make out the tag on one of the boxes, and it has Jefferson's name on it. And you're still at the entranceway of the house.
Okay. Did we circle all the way around and this was just the first point that we could see? Or is this just the first point that we could see and we still have to make a lap around the
I had you open up the front door. So you opened the front door and pretty much stopped right there. You haven't gone around the porches and anything like that. Do you want to continue going around the outside of the porch, the deck?
I thought that we were waiting for everybody else to actually start going inside the buildings. I thought that was the original plan, but then other people have decided to go inside buildings. So now I'm not sure what we're doing.
I'm just waiting to watch Tyrell go through the floor, really.
I got this.
I don't know if I would go right into the house, but from like what I can see from this like entrance, I'm trying to find where the circuit breaker might be.
Yeah.
Could I intuit whether it would be like basement or is there like a shed somewhere out back?
I think you do a quick walk around the porch, and over on the porch itself, you don't see anything that runs like wiring, but over by where the garage is on the right hand side, you can see a lot of wires going in from the telephone poles into the side of the building. So your suspicion is that it's going to be on the right hand side, either like maybe in like a workroom or the basement, being down the basement, but it's gonna be over on the right hand side. So Tyrell, you're moving forward. The floorboards are
Oh,
creaking underneath you, under your feet as you're stepping forward. You can hear it creaking, and there's kind of a cracking sound every now and then. Uh,
yeah, he feel like just breathing wrong could have this whole thing like collapse, but he's definitely making careful steps.
Roy is like definitely like kind of testing the heft of his like Kevlar vest, and the rest of the gear he's got on him. He's like, I cannot chase in there after this man.
okay.
Like the combination of both of us will take us and the tractor through the floor.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you make a speed roll for this one. So you're just gonna roll a d20. Your target. This is a difficulty 3, level 3, so you need a 9 or better on that.
Just a straight D20.
Yep, unless you want to do something to modify it a little bit. If you have a skill that would be balance related or coordination.
I am trained in all tasks involving balance and other fine
Ah,
stuff.
cool. So you are moving forward stealthily on your ninja-like feet as you're going through this. So you would just need, because you're trained, this is going to reduce that difficulty from a 3 to a 2. So you would need a 6 or better on your d20 roll.
Ooh, look
Cool.
at that.
Look at that. That's pretty good. All right. So you are going through there, you're moving around with it, and you step forward, and as you get close to the edge, you can feel the wood give way underneath your right foot, but you pull your foot back before anything falls through. And as you're looking at the floor, you see termites just like scurry out from around it.
He goes like, nope, 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 nope. Don't like that.
Okay.
What are you seeing over there, bud?
Termites everywhere. Almost lost my footing just now.
For 5 seconds, Roy's back in high school and he's getting ready to say, I'll pay you $5 to eat a couple. Get away from there before you go to the floor. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not hauling you out of there.
You can feel a chill coming up from that opening in the barn floor too.
Yeah, like he kind of shakes a little like, whew. Whoever's down there, I don't think anyone can easily make it back up if they fall. So
Actually,
I want to take a little look see.
Yeah, when you look down is it's probably about a 4-foot drop underneath there. So the barn itself is just raised up on some very sturdy pillars, but it looks like someone had dug out underneath the barn at some point to try and make it maybe a storage space down there, like a crawl space for it. And it's not crazy, but it's not crazy deep, but it would definitely be if you fell down here and caught yourself wrong, it could really hurt because it's very uneven surface down here. And you figure that's how the person probably hurt himself. And you can actually see what appears to be maybe dried blood down in the bottom of the hole. Not a lot, but just a kind of a smear.
He's going to immediately turn on his heel like, nope, 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 and try to carefully walk back because he is not dealing with that alone.
Okay. I think being aware that the floor is unstable, and not being pressured by anything at the moment, it's easy for you to walk back to the doorway, and you're back out there standing next to Roy. Amaya and Duncan, you're still moving around the outside of the house. Relatively quiet out there. You don't hear, occasionally you hear like the rumble of thunder off in the distance, but it sounds very, very far away. It may even be moving away from you.
Other than the front door, did we find any other like points of interest, like big windows that were open
Yep.
that we could see through, or like another door?
Yeah, if you're looking around, on the right-hand side, the walkway from the garage leads into a door. And if you still have the key with you, you can open that door. That that door leads into what appears to be like a mud room, laundry room at the moment.
Is that the same side where the electricity was mainly coming in?
That is the same side where the electricity is coming in. There are large windows in the front. If you're looking through the windows as you're walking around, you can see there's curtains pulled back, so it's kind of hard to see through them. But it looks like there's one look through one window, you see like what it looks like an office. One looks like maybe it's a dining room. Uh, you can see into the kitchen pretty well. That's not too far. That's on the right hand side as well. You can see the kitchen through one of the windows. The windows that are open, and that one is relatively a smaller window than the rest, but it's one that you feel that you could push open and probably crawl through if you wanted to. On the far left-hand side, where the deck wraps around, there is another side door leading into the house.
Does that one fit the front door key as well?
It does. The front door key will fit all of the locks.
Okay. Do you want to go grab the boys and see if they're done trying to jump off different parts of the barn?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And then let's go through this side door and just get this power on. I'm gonna kind of eye. I'm actually gonna put a camera like on the like where the garage pointing down the road, like over past our car. I'm just gonna put one of my cameras just kind of facing down that way, just to see people coming or going.
Sounds good. You put a little security camera out there, and you check as you're doing that. I assume you have like a cell phone that you're using to kind of track that information. Like you can download and watch on the phone?
I don't explicitly have a.
Oh, do you have to borrow Mr. Taylor's cell phone?
Yeah. I think if you have a cell phone in your equipment list, you have like a really good state of the phone like Android or iPhone. If you don't have one, you probably got a flip phone. So,
does the boss do it from a flip phone? Does he make the cameras work from a flip phone?
but the cameras do come with a monitor with them as well, so you can monitor it. But you're gonna need power for that. That's why I was wondering,
Yeah.
if you can watch through your phone or watch through like a monitor for it. So once you get the power on, you'll be able to watch through the monitors.
Yeah, I could see myself being more wanting to do it from like a monitor. Like that's really why I want to get the power on. And I feel like I'm paranoid from a security perspective. Like those smartphones, they'll get you.
Yeah, and as you're putting the camera up, you're going up there, and you find a chair and you pull one of the rocking chairs over, and you pull it over, and you're balancing on the rocking chair, getting the camera up there. You manage to get up there okay, but as you turn around, you see off in the distance, like at the edge of the fence, you see this gray dog, probably 70, 80 pounds worth of dog, looking a little mangy looking. It's standing off in the field, and it's staring right at you. But then once you start looking at it, it turns and runs off in the field. And there's some high desert grass here. A lot of it's just barren earth, but you see some high desert grass, and it seems to like just vanish into the high desert grass.
Would I have been able to get like a look to see if there's like a collar? I have binoculars, but you said it's pretty quick, so I don't know if I would have had a chance to.
Go ahead and make an intellect check. See if you got those binoculars out to take a look at it. So it's a difficulty 4 to actually get the binoculars out to get a good look at them, but a difficulty 3 to see like some information on it.
Hey,
So the guys are rolling off to a good start with the rolls. You have you managed to see it. You get your binoculars out and you pull them up and look through it. And yeah, the dog is wearing a collar around his neck. It's kind of a grayish collar, but the collar's looking pretty worn, like almost like like whatever he was chained up to or tied up to. Probably the collar just snapped and he got off it. The collar's still attached to his neck, but he broke free from wherever he was at.
Amaya, did they say anything about I don't know, the owner having a dog or something?
They said that one of the construction workers got attacked by a dog.
Because I just saw a dog in the field. I don't know if that's the same dog, but we didn't see anything for miles. So where did this dog even come from?
There was a house right after you crossed the gulch where the bridge was.
Yeah, the guy that closed the blinds on us.
Oh, right.
But you didn't see a dog there.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't not see a dog house or something.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
I would keep on your toes, just because if they've already had one animal attack, we definitely don't need another.
I'm gonna just double check my hunting knife on my leg and just yep, still there.
Team barn. You're coming out of the barn, looking around. As you see Duncan is climbing down from this rocking chair where you just secured a camera at the edge of the garage facing down toward the road. And what do you want to do?
I'm definitely going to report what I found so far because it's definitely some useful information in order to get the job done.
And
so
you definitely feel so much warmer too, having come back out in the sunlight.
Oh yes.
I'm not gonna loop the barn or anything, but as we're headed back over there, I am gonna look over my shoulder, try to peek around the sides a little bit, see if there's a cellar doors or something, a way to get into that crawl space. I know I won't be able to see the back, but oh well.
Yeah, I think as you look around through there, you can see there are like two mini barn doors, like half height barn doors that are going out there, almost like cupboard doors. They're not very big, but they are into the base of the foundation of the barn.
I'm gonna make a note of that. Note is don't go in there. But it is noted. I'll probably point it out to Tyrell. So just, hey, bud, if we do decide to nose around, might not be a bad way to get in there instead of taking a jump from the first floor.
Yeah, you might be right.
Also, there's going to be a lot of termites down there.
No kidding. I nearly stepped in a hive not too long ago, so
termites,
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's good protein.
Yo, I got a granola bar, and I got me some jerky. I'm good on that.
More for me now. All right, let's report back in. Boss looks like he's antsy.
Yeah, if they're both in eye shot, I'll be out I think I saw the dog in the field, so keep your eyes on a swivel.
Dogs love me.
As long as you show Mutt who's in charge, it'll leave you be usually.
You just see Amaya shaking her head at both of those statements.
He winks at Maya.
So what's the plan, boss? Take a peek around yet?
Yeah, we had a look. I think if we go through the side door by the garage, we will be able to get the power on. I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah. All right. You do need to kind of get your stuff all plugged in to work, huh?
Unfortunately, yeah.
I will let you guys know that I either want to take care of that barn first or last because it felt real dicey when I was walking in. The floor gave in and it was a bunch of termites. And when I got closer, there was a 4-foot deep drop, and I think my eyes were playing games on me or something, but I could have sworn I saw dry blood. So do with that information what you will.
I mean, somebody did go through the floor. I wouldn't be too surprised if they caught a bit of a rotten board through the leg, maybe. But no, I definitely am with you. We do need to, no matter what, when we do look into it, we need to look into it well. Well, now that we know where them cupboard doors are, we can check out whether or not you did see some blood. We all set to go stomping through the house to find the breaker box?
Lead the way.
Alrighty, I'm going to pull out my flashlight. I believe I do have one of those. Yep, I do.
Yep.
And I'm going to go ahead and take charge.
And you're going through the side door next to where the power cables are coming in.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to mostly be looking for like a set of stairs downwards.
Yeah. When you open the door up, you come into a small room. It's probably like a 10-foot square room. There's a washing machine and a dryer in here. There are coat racks hanging on the walls. There's some old coats hanging onto them. There is a larger doorway that is open leading into a hallway that goes into the center of the house. But there's a smaller doorway off to the side. And that's the one that you draw your attention to, because when you look at that, you go over and open it, you can see the stairs leading down in the basement. And while you have considerable light coming in through the doorway, illuminating the house, the basement appears to be in total darkness.
That's not ominous at all.
Maya, this might be your call.
I don't suppose any of y'all saw the breaker box up here.
Nope. No, I did not.
If you want, I can borrow your little flood lamp or whatever it is, and I can take point.
So did we actually look around this level, or we just like kind of looked side to side and decided it wasn't here?
There's no power box here in this room.
Okay, so Maya will go into her backpack and grab her it's not a torch, like the lantern.
I think it was the electric lantern, yes.
Yes.
All right, we got a couple of light sources then. You got a flashlight, storm lantern.
I got a flashlight as well.
So,
All right.
Tyrell, are you going down first? Is that?
Yeah.
I think.
Like he didn't want her to feel like uneasy, because like he can pretty much pick up what she's putting down, and just to show her good faith.
Now, when she pulls out her lantern, she will ask, "Do y'all want to have the flashlight and the lantern on, or do you want to try and save your batteries?"
Probably save battery for now. Make sure you have my back now.
Do we want to go Tyrell, Amaya, Knox, and then Roy could take up the rear?
Yeah.
I'll have a flashlight out as well, just in case.
Okay. I think that's a good plan, mostly because it puts the two hittier people in front and back. So if something attacks from behind, then we're good. Something attacks from the front, then we're good.
My plan is that since I can take a hit if somebody clubs me over the back of the head, I should be fine.
Let's not encourage that behavior, but you'll be fine.
If somebody's going to survive a sneak attack, it is probably going to be me. I would hope so, at least.
You don't sound paranoid at all.
I got a Kevlar vest on for a reason, all right? We ain't even been shot at yet.
We are both doing we're all doing the over exaggerated synchronized tiptoes lined up.
They're giving each other the like silent combat signals for moving forward.
It's just like
But yeah, Tyrell could take point and start walking.
Yeah, so you start going down the stairs, and they are wooden steps, and they creak underneath your weight as you're going down.
I'm so tired of wood.
But they feel sturdy. They're creaking a little bit, but they feel sturdy. You just feel like there's nothing going up and down these stairs without making some noise. And as the rest of your team starts going behind you, that confirms it because they're going down. They're much louder on the stairs than you are. The basement is very dry down here. There's a musty smell in the air. As you get to the bottom, there is these crudely made shelves along one wall, and it's pretty much stacked full of mason jars. Most of the mason jars are empty. A few of them have lids on, a few don't. But you also see some of the jars out there that have there's pickles in them or jam, and you're not sure how long they've been there, but your guess is a long, long time. They've been there for a while. You're shining your light around the room, and you do see the circuit panel is not too far from the bottom of the stairs. It's off to the right-hand side as you get down. Off to the left against the other wall, you see what looks like a workbench on there. It's hard to tell in the darkness with the lights going on here. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to say, hey, look at that. It's right there.
Bingo.
All right.
I am mildly curious about the canned goods just because my family actually did that stuff growing up.
Me too.
They should be good. They should technically be good.
So is that
Go
sealed?
over there. I don't know if my character would know, but I would go over there and tap the tops, but I don't think my character would.
I got my jerky. I got my granola. I am now going to the breaker.
Tyrell doesn't want to try nothing with me. He won't eat no termites. He won't eat no mystery jam.
I got jerky.
If there's jam, I'm there. I love me some jam.
I will agree about the termites, and only if the jam is labeled.
All right. So
I will gladly share granola.
Okay, so I think Tyrell's going over and looking at the circuit panel, as everyone else is kind of looking over at the mason jars and seeing what's going on over there. And it's pretty obvious what's going on here. There's a big switch. There's a big lever on the side of it, big red handle lever, and it's down in the off position. And you're pretty sure if you push that lever up to the on position, you're gonna have power coming on.
Seems reasonable. And he kind of flips the switch and it's like, yeah, get it.
So you just grab that switch with your bare hand and push it up, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You hear a surge going through the circuit panel as power is being restored to it. There is a fluorescent light over the workbench that starts to flicker back and forth, and within seconds the light floods the basement. A pair of rats scurry out from behind the mason jars and run right toward Amara and go dashing toward her feet, then realize that she's there, and then they dash back underneath the shelving and disappear.
You've never seen her jump this high or make a sound quite this high, but she has jumped onto the nearest, she's just jumped away from the rats and is on her tiptoes and is screaming and flailing her arms.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, what, where?
So there is a workbench here, and it is up until maybe 30 seconds ago is probably the most neatly organized workbench you had ever seen. There were tools hanging up on the wall, all in their proper places. There were bins set aside, they're custom-made bins for power tools to be stuck inside of it. The top of the workbench was pretty much clear except for some dust and some cobwebs, and now Amaya is kind of sitting on top of it, crouched low, looking around for the rats in their place. But it was an easy climb to get up there and be safe.
Well, good news. Amaya scared all the ghosts away.
Ha ha. I haven't seen any ghosts, but I did see two big rats the size of my feet.
I know, that was nasty.
We ain't got to worry about the dog. We got to worry about the rats.
You want to come down from there?
She peers over the side and sees if the rats are still there.
I don't think that you see the rats anymore. They're gone. I don't know if that's better or worse, but you don't see them.
The sign is not a problem until you can't see it anymore.
She will cautiously come down and she's still very much just looking around for the rats.
Okay.
Well, while they hunt for rats, do you want to get your camera set up, boss?
Yeah, I think it'd be best. Let's do a quick room check to see where the best place to set up is, and then bring in the equipment.
Okay.
Alrighty.
And Duncan, as you're doing that, you can hear what sounds like music coming from upstairs. As you're talking
Like,
about going a room set, you hear what sounds like music.
yeah. Do you all hear that?
Is it like creepy, like wind up toy box music? Is it bumping? Like we got some like early
Like
rock?
someone left
Like
the
Yeah,
stereo plugged in.
I think when you start listening to it, it sounds like almost like a jingle for like a television show. Like maybe you're
okay.
hearing a theme or a jingle from like commercials or a television show. Often.
Does
I
someone
know it's not what you meant, but I could only hear Low Riders because of George Lopez. That
Did
is
someone
always
turn
my
on
TV show
TV?
jingle.
Well, they probably switched the power off at the box and didn't actually go around and turn everything off.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Mr. Teller, shall we?
I think we shall, boss. Turn around and back up the stairs. I'm at the front of the line this time.
Okay.
Oh, y'all are not leaving me down here with those rats. And she like immediately is on
Rats,
their
get her!
heels.
Tyrell takes his staff and taps to the back of her foot.
She jumps.
He catches her. Easy now.
Cool.
Haha.
You make it up
You're
to
so funny.
you make it up to the top of the stairs, and none of the lights are on upstairs. It seemed like the workbench light was an oddity. The other lights were turned off before the power was shut off. But you also don't hear the sound of music when you get upstairs. It's very quiet.
Wasn't there music playing?
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna like go back downstairs for a second, see if I can still hear it in the basement.
You don't hear anything.
Maybe
There's a scratching sound coming from underneath the shelf where the mason jars are.
No.
I ain't worried about you two. I'm listening for music. Hush.
You notice as
Hey.
you're down there, Roy, you can see your breath in front of you.
What time of year is it?
I don't know, what time of year is it?
Do we want to keep it
Spring.
close to reality? Yeah.
spring.
Spring?
He's gonna shake his head. He's like, it's an old house. Basement, all the lights been off. Everything's cold. And he is going to do his best to shrug it off and go back upstairs.
Okay, you make it back upstairs.
I
And
was
there's
really
still no
afraid
music.
that
You still hear no
Yeah.
music.
I was afraid he was gonna be like, and the door shuts behind you. Well, I
So
didn't hear anything in the basement, so
when we heard the piano music, was it like directly outside the stairs? Was it like above us and we were on the right side of the house?
It sounded like it was echoing through the house, not directly above you, but off in a distance.
Okay. So not anywhere that we could kind of like go towards and investigate right now.
we can check the rooms, and if anybody finds a TV or a radio or something, you can pop it on and see if it's playing something similar.
Yeah.
Maybe it just old electronics left to sit, just power them back on and short right back out.
Or maybe it was just a commercial. You know how loud those commercials are compared to the show?
Yeah, like I said, we got to poke around the house anyway,
Mhm.
so won't hurt to look for it while we're at it.
Yeah.
Mr. Knox needs to put up his cameras, keep an eye on us.
It's their electric bill, not ours.
Yeah. So as far as searching the house, you come up from the basement. You're in the laundry room. That leads out to a hallway. To the left is the front of the house. To the right is the back of the house. On the left, toward the front side, you have your kitchen. You have a dining room. You have the grand hall. That's where the big boxes were all stored and all the crates were stuck. There's also a sitting room that's out there. On the back of the house, you have two small bedrooms closer to the basement and the laundry room, and you have a larger bedroom that is over by the deck and where the sitting room was. There's a bath converted shower in there as well. Only one of the bedrooms appears to have been in any type of use. The two bedrooms closest to the basement have beds on them, but they are empty other than a dresser and a tall wardrobe. The larger bedroom is partially packed up. There are boxes stacked around. You see pictures of uh, a man and a woman in various stages of their life that are on the walls, on top of the dresser, on top of the wardrobe. There are no closets in this house that you've seen so far. Uh, when you've gone to the bedrooms, they've all had these stand-up wardrobes, but there's no closets built into them.
Now,
In the bedroom, there's also a small TV stand on there at the edge of the bed.
So when we pass them crates, something's gonna tick in Roy's head.
Yeah,
You said the name on him was Jefferson, right?
yes. So Jefferson Montgomery is the
The guy that's supposed to meet us out
meet
here.
here, and you saw his name on one of the plastic crates, or more like a protective uh, travel case, versus the cardboard boxes they've been using to pack up the stuff from the house.
Nobody else see like a car or a quad or a bicycle out there? It seems that some of
we
Jefferson's stuff is here, but he ain't.
we
Imagine,
saw a car when we were coming in at that house where the guy closed the windows. I do have a question though. As far as the pictures, like you know how like the like older pictures have that like reddish brownish tint
yep,
to them. Are they like that old? Are they black and white?
they not that old. Okay. The pictures are probably spanning over like a 30-year period of time.
Okay, so it's definitely not the new guy selling the home. It's the previous owner.
That's a good assumption.
Okay.
And back to Roy's thought about how the crates get there. Amanda did say in her email to you that they had already dropped off his gear.
Okay. Roy was temporarily worried that our friend was already missing, and I was just like, do
Well,
we
she
need to
did.
start screaming and yelling for Jefferson?
She did give us his number. We could try calling first.
No, he scream and yell first. He holler. Well, with that fear, dealt with, um, poked around. Where
And
do you think you want to set up your cameras and everything, boss?
so the other room, we have the bedroom. We have our den, and the den has two floor to ceiling bookcases in them, but only about a third of the shelves actually have books in them, and they're all like westerns or crime dramas or spy books, and they're all like these cheap paper books, like the things you'd find at a drugstore or at an airport. Uh, but there are a ton of videos, like VHS tapes, also like westerns and action movies are like there. The rest of the shelf space is filled up with these knickknacks, like snow globes and little glass figurines of animals, and there's even a porcelain doll sitting on one of them. There's two sofas in here, and there is a large wooden desk. Uh, on the desk sits a computer, and it is one of these old, bulky, faded yellowish orange chassis monitor things on there. It's been sitting around for a while. Okay. The other room that caught your eyes besides the bedroom was the living room. The living room also had like a sofa, love seat, recliner, like normal living room stuff. There's another small television set in that room, and this is sitting on one of these old TV entertainment stands from like the 60s, where they built the TV in them, and it's like a massive piece of furniture. But
Mhm.
it's the
God, my
small
family
TV
can't wait
sitting
to
on
hear
top of it, and where the TV used to be in that stand, it's gone, and there's a little mini fridge inside of it.
Well, that's
So it's like a mini fridge inside of it. And there's a VHS recorder, VHS machine, VCR, is right next to it. Okay. And yeah, I think that's probably, as far as the things that are like
Okay.
you notice on the downstairs. That probably pretty much takes care of it. The bathroom has one of these walk-in converted shower tub things, where you can open the door, go into it, and it turns into a tub, or you can use it as a shower. It's got seats on there and handrails on it.
I'm checking that mini fridge.
Mm.
Does this place come with a fully loaded bar?
Opening the mini fridge in there, what you see in there is just a couple bottles of water, Ocean Valley water,
Ooh.
and
I'm gonna pocket me a couple bottles of water.
and a few chocolate bars are inside of it. The power is on the mini fridge, but it feels when you open it up, it feels pretty warm. Like the water, you take the water out, you can tell the power's been off in that mini fridge. That water is warm.
Water's water.
Warm water bottles.
Melted chocolate.
I will leave the chocolate. I'm good. Not much of a
Again.
sweet tooth.
I got my jerky. I got my granola.
Yeah, we get it, bud.
Come eat mystery food with us.
He won't. I can add to the list. He won't eat no termites. Won't eat no mystery jam, and he don't want my melted chocolate bars.
So you said there was a bedroom by the laundry area, which
Yes.
was by the bedroom?
Yeah, there's actually 2 bedrooms down that end. One, and they're smaller rooms, and they have basically each of them have like a twin size bed inside of them.
I'm gonna be a good bodyguard if he's going somewhere. I'm actually gonna shadow him.
Yeah, I'd be like, Mr. Teller, I think this room makes sense to set things up. It's close to power, close to the side door.
All right.
Yeah, it's easy enough to get your equipment set up in that area. You can pull the dresser away from the wall if you wanted to, or you can just leave it where it is and just run some cables to it. The electrical outlets in these rooms are not the most convenient. This is an older house. You can tell all the electricity was added at a later date, and there are like 2 outlets in each room. So in both the bedroom that is being used and in the living room, there are a bunch of power strips stretched all over the place. Power strips and extension cords.
Ooh, that is asking for a house fire.
Or to be electrocuted like that one guy.
That's exactly what happened. They don't know what they were doing.
So
Yeah, I
you're
think-
gonna first. Just poor wiring.
Yeah, I would set that up there. A camera in like the living room. Something out going back, like into the backyard towards the bar, or I guess in the back there would be the
Cemetery, I believe.
stable cemetery barn.
Yes. So on toward the back on the left side of the house facing the front would be like the stable. To the back on facing the front on the right side is the garage and the cemetery.
One in the main room, one pointing to each structure, the one down that main road that I already put up, and I think that would be all
Okay.
that I would think.
Cool.
So enough that we can see anything happening inside, and then at any of these like main points.
Yeah. So you spend probably about an hour from the time you get in here. You're walking through the place, looking around, getting a feel for it, getting the equipment set up, unloading your car, and putting things in wherever you want to put them. And as you're going about doing that, I assume someone has gone upstairs and looked at the upstairs as well. And the upstairs is pretty much just bedroom upstairs, bedrooms and bathrooms, and pretty much upstairs is that. All that's out there. It's been empty, and it looks like it's been empty upstairs for quite a while. Duncan, as you're getting the equipment set up, the camera equipment set up, you go back there and you get the monitor on. And I have this vision of a monitor, and it's got like all these small little screens on here, much like we're looking at right now, that shows all the different spots on it. As you're looking at that, you see what appears to be a woman coming out of the barn. There's a little bit of a low fog rolling across the ground. She's wearing a white dress. She has long, dark hair. She walks out of the barn and starts walking toward the house.